Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Gray, and I want to welcome you to week 5. This week, we have something different going on. Now, if you read the syllabus and everything in the introduction to the course, you will remember that under normal circumstances, I do not allow work in this class to be AI generated. However, this week and next week are going to be exceptions to that rule. This week, you'll have an opportunity to learn how to use AI to create something, to acknowledge that you've used it, and to interact with it to help it build what you need to build to your specifications. Again, I normally do not accept AI generated work, but this week you do have that option. So, in looking ahead for this week, you're going to read the introduction to the course, to the week. That should only take you a few minutes. And you have 6 chapters to read in your text. Now, these aren't long chapters, but because they introduce AI and because they're talking about something you might not be completely familiar with, the reading is going to be a little more difficult and take a little longer. So I urge you to set aside the time to do all that, where you can read each of these chapters thoroughly. And when you've learned all about AI from those, to read the chapter on your pathways plans A, B, and C. Also, very important, and we're going to create at least one pathways plan this week using AI. So, after you finish reading, which I would take, Monday and Tuesday to do, so you make sure you do it very thoroughly. You are going to take the reading quiz. Please do that by midnight Mountain Time on Thursday, although you're probably going to want to do it sooner, probably Tuesday, maybe early Wednesday, because your discussion is going to involve a lot of steps. And the thing about what's going on this week is, for the discussion, you need to read everything very carefully and make sure you understand everything that it is asking you to do. It's really important that you take every step that is required in this discussion. What you're doing isn't going to be difficult. It just takes a lot of steps if you're using AI. And now you have the option of opting out of using AI, but that necessitates a 200 to 250 word essay in addition to answering the questions in step 4, I believe. If you are using AI, however, it's going to tell you what to access, what to put in the prompt. You've got to give it pretty specific directions in order to get what you want out of this, and how to interact with it as it builds this pathways plan for you so that it can go back and fix anything that needs fixing or add anything that needs adding. It's probably going to create a more detailed plan than you can, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. All right. It's just an option for doing things like this. Your discussion post is due Thursday before midnight. If you have any questions in the meantime regarding the instructions or not being able to understand what's in the instructions, please reach out. And you can do that through email. I understand this unit is going to be a little more difficult, so I am expecting more questions than normal this week. After you post your initial discussion, don't forget to go back and respond to 2 classmates, all right, because that's literally half of your grade is your substantive responses to classmates. And as I have stated before, you want to target between 75 and 100 words per response and at least 4 to 6 lines of text. All right. Um, These, "Oh, that looks good. I agree with that. I do things the same way" posts, those are called cheerleader posts. You will not get credit for those. All right. What you respond to, the way you respond must add to the current discussion and be substantive enough to do that. So, again, aim for about 75 words or at the very least 4 to 6 lines. Very, very important. Now, after finishing the discussion, you have an assignment for this week. And that assignment is going to be to either create a different pathways plan, because there are 3 types, or tweak the one you turned in for the discussion where you're going to add a life goal to that. And again, use AI to generate that information for you based on what your life goal is. And remember, you need the acknowledgement statement, you need everything involved, everything it asks for in order to get full credit for that. Otherwise, you're looking at 12 and a half points instead of 25. And this past week, there were quite a few people who didn't get full credit because on the week 3 items, not everything was turned in. And I will ask you again while I am on video, please do not link out to anything. Turn it in, upload it where you can see it. Don't give me a blank paper or half a blank paper with a link to something else, okay? You will not get full credit for linking out. That makes it very difficult to grade. So, again, you're using AI this week. You are going to follow all of the directions and make sure you understand all of them. Do not wait until the last minute to start on this discussion and this assignment. It's going to take you a little longer than normal to get these things done. So just know that going in, and be prepared to spend a little extra time going over what you need to go over and tweaking that and going back and forth with the AI bot and whatnot so you can generate everything you need. Again, I'm available for questions between 2 and 4 on Friday. I have my drop-in hours where you may text me, and otherwise email me. But I'm looking forward to seeing some really good work this week. And if you choose to opt out of using the AI, be sure you follow the opt out instructions very, very carefully in order to get full credit. And don't opt out just because you think it'll be hard, okay? There are things that AI is very good for. What we're doing this week is one of those things. Generating resumes and cover letters is something else that AI is very good for. What we don't want to do on a regular basis is use it to do our work for us or our discussions for us. But this week, you have a little more creativity and a little more freedom. Again, if you need anything, please reach out. You know where to find me. If you are not passing this class, if you have below a 60 average, I have reached out to your advisor who will be contacting you. Really, really important. We all need to be doing well in this class, and it's not good to go through a college class with an average of 50 or 30 or 15 or something like that, where you'll get an F on your transcript. F on transcripts do very, very, very bad things. So if you are in a situation right now where you do not feel that you can engage every week and complete your work every week, you need to go ahead and talk to your advisor and drop this class. A W on your transcript doesn't affect anything. All right. An F really will. So just making that clear for you. Otherwise, let's have a great week. Follow the instructions carefully, read carefully, and work to the best of your ability. I look forward to seeing what you can do online. Bye bye.